Welcome back to the practice build for Age of Empires 4 featuring the Ottomans and the Malians. Today I've got a very cool game for you today because spawning here on the right hand side of the map we've got Zertan, who's going to be playing the Malians today. Already opening up with a pit mine and continuing to chop down those straggler trees. We'll talk about straggler trees in a minute because these guys have been changed. His opponent today is going to be spawning in the left in the color teal. It's going to be Crackety here. Now, Crackety is going to be playing the English today, so not deciding to go for one of the newer civilizations, but English is a very nice pick here. We're on the map Dry Arabia, so we're going to have to see how this matchup does. You know, it's quite... I find it more fun to watch a new civ versus an old civ, because let's be honest, we've all seen Ottoman versus Malian now, so it's quite cool to see some other civs in there as well. So let's talk about straggler trees. Straggler trees have been changed, and they now spawn a lot closer to the town center. They're all a set distance, so you see there, and they're all the same. And this is how it's going to spawn every game on every map, which is super cool. So it means build orders can become a lot more precise, and we can see that's exactly what Zertan's been able to do here. He doesn't have to go out that far for the straggler tree, and that means he can build out all 4 of these houses here on the pit mine. Now, surprisingly, he's not left a gap here for his mining camp. He might be able to fit it in here, but obviously that is a little bit further to go, so maybe he doesn't look to go for a mining camp here today. But obviously, we've got the new UI here, the caster mode made by Capture Age, which is super cool. So we're going to have this from now on, which I absolutely love. Like, I love everything about this. One of my favorite things, to be honest, is the army value. I think that's super cool. Because sometimes, you know, you see 2 big armies and one looks better than the other, and you're not entirely sure. But now we can check with the army value. You can really see what sort of value that army is. Because sometimes you can have, like, knights up against horsemen, and obviously the knights will win because of the army value. So it's really cool how we can see that now. So Crackety is going to be already clicking up. It's going to be the council hall. 2 villagers on that council hall right there. Definitely a bit of a slow age up. See, the Manticore is now being dropped down from Zertan. He's going to have 4 villagers on that right there. The Manticore are going to be able to give him 75 gold per minute and can be toggled to stone as well. So, I mean, we've got to talk about the TC changes, right? The Malians used to love to go for the second town center, but I wonder if they're going to be doing that this time. So, for those that are not aware, town centers now cost an extra 50 stone and take an extra 30 seconds to build, which really affects any sort of 2TC play. And the Manticore used to be the sort of thing you switch it to stone as soon as this is built, mine a little bit of stone, and then you'd have enough for a second TC. But I wonder if that's going to be the build order now for Zertan. I mean, he's got a lot on wood here. Yeah. Has he got any on food? He's got none on food. Interesting. Going very heavy on the wood here. So maybe he does look to go for a second town center. But he definitely needs some villagers on food right now. Otherwise, he's not going to have enough food here. Wait, he's still gathering food? Oh, no, he does. They're hidden... My bad. They're hidden inside of the town center there. We can actually switch here. Okay, I should have it on this. So here we can see exactly how many villagers are on each resource. He's got 4 villagers on the food, so you can see exactly how many... so he's got the exact amount of villagers to be able to keep up villager production. Sorry, it does look like there are no villagers there. I mean, this one's hidden in the bush, and these ones are inside the town center, so... My bad, that. The Manticore has now been constructed. Both players actually clicking up at the same time there. The Manticore is going to be kept on the gold, so maybe Zertan does look to stick 1 TC with the Malians here. Already dropping down the archery range, so maybe looking to go out all H2 here. Now, this is quite an interesting matchup. We haven't seen this yet, or at least I haven't. Longbow. Longbow are the unique unit for the English, and they're going to be going up against what I would expect Zertan to be making, and that is javelin throwers, which are anti-archer. However, these guys have a lot more range than javelin throwers and normal archers. Javelin throwers and normal archers, I'm pretty sure, have the same range. So this is going to be quite interesting for the English because they have a much, much bigger range. Are they just going to be able to kite these javelin throwers like they do any other archer? So definitely going to have to be interesting to see how that one works out. Can we have a look at their movement speed? Yeah, so 1.12 movement speed here for the longbow. I wonder what the javelin throwers are. Yeah, so they're 1.25, so they can move a little bit faster. So we are going to have to see if a big enough mass of these can be made to try and push these guys away, but I have a feeling this is a pretty good matchup for the English, purely because of the longbow here. Sofas can be made also for the Malians, so maybe Zertan looks to make some sofas. Sofas are sort of the knight horseman crossbreed. Javelin throwers are going to be moving out now. Let's see. Some pretty decent damage coming through there. I mean, the longbows don't do too much damage here at all. Yo, javelin throwers actually doing pretty well here. So it does seem like javelin throwers are still the way to go, even up against the English with the longbow. Although longbow is still doing some decent damage there. We're going to have to see what Crackety decides to do against this, because this could be pretty tricky. We do have a tower coming down now as well for Crackety. Definitely going to help out with the network of castles. And now another archery range is going to be dropped for Zertan. So we're going to have to see if Crackety decides to get out some sort of horseman. I mean, maybe even men-at-arms might be decent in this position. These guys, I mean, they don't do terribly up against men-at-arms. But I feel like Crackety needs some sort of front line. So maybe just horseman's the way to go here for the English. But then again, pumping out longbow always works as well. Just having a big mass of the longbow. And if you get a critical mass, you can just one-shot these javelin throwers. And that's going to be a dead villager for Crackety. Tower almost going up there. Around 3/4 of its health. Right there. Definitely a shame. Crackety is cancelling the outpost. Not deciding to pull a villager. I'm surprised by that. I feel like Crackety could have pulled a villager there. We see Crackety now going to be moving out onto the stone. Is Crackety going to be going... I mean, I would have thought that he was gathering the stone here for emplacements, right? But he's cancelled that outpost, so... Interesting to see that. I wonder what he's going to be doing with that stone, because not very often the English go for 2 TC, especially now in the current meta with the... where town centres are even more expensive to build. But maybe that is what he looks to do this time. Crackety is going to be losing some more longbow here if he's not careful. We see Zertan's actually made a bit of a pocket eco out here. This whole outpost up over there as well. And Crackety's just sort of looking to put on a little bit of pressure around this wood line, trying to confine Zertan from his resources for as long as possible. Wood isn't going to be a big factor for Zertan, however. Javelin throwers do cost gold and food. So maybe Crackety could look to put some pressure on over here. He's going to scout it out. Do we have any sort of blacksmith? No blacksmith down yet from Crackety. Wouldn't be surprised to see if we do have a blacksmith and siege engineering coming through. And you could even start to siege down some of this stuff over here. Denying Zertan from the gold right now would be really, really huge. Zertan now on the berries as well. Crackety might get a couple of Vilpix here. That might be really, really nice for him. Zertan's army is out of place right now. That's the first villager, the second villager, third villager going down. Crackety making a nice little lead there. He's 2 villagers ahead right now. We can see at the top here. This top line here is villager count. And the bottom one is military count. So 11 longbow out for Crackety right now. Or 10 longbow, 1 scout, sorry. And then 12 javelin throwers for Zertan. So Zertan's definitely got a nice mass of javelin throwers right now. Crackety isn't going to be able to engage here. He can't even kite because these guys can move ever so slightly faster than these guys. And that's not a sort of trade you want to be making. So Crackety is going to be going for that second town center. He's going to lose all of these longbow, unfortunately. I don't see how any of these are going to escape at this rate. But that second town center is going to be coming down. He's going to be able to extend that villager lead he has. And also behind this, we can see 2 stables are going to be dropped as well. However, this could be bad for Crackety. I mean, we have a look at the resource count right now for Zertan. Looks like he's going to be going for that castle age play. He's It's going to be interesting to see what landmark he decides to go for. I mean, I would assume it's got to be the... I can't assume anything. It could be either of them. It could either be the cow landmark, or it could be the barracks landmark. We'll have to see. But he's going to be going for that fast castle. He should be dropping down that landmark any second now. We'll take a look, see where that is. He's dropped it down somewhere. There it is. It's going to be the Grand Fulani Corral. So it is going to be the cow landmark. So he's going to be going for a bit of a cow boom here, which is an interesting decision versus the English. Now, in my head, I would have been going for the barracks landmark, and then going in for a bit of an all-in age 3 play up against English, because English's weak point is in age 3, and their strong point is in age 4. However, the Malians are also pretty strong in age 4, so I mean, maybe Zertan's looking to play it a little bit longer this game. But I mean, you could definitely punish the English while they're still in age 2 and you're in age 3 with the Farimba garrison. However, that's not the play that Zertan is looking to go for today. Still got a pretty decent mass of javelin throwers here. Krakdi in a pretty tough position. Doesn't have any sort of army at the moment at all. He's got a few horsemen out, but I feel like that could get shut down very, very easily with only a couple of Donzos. So Krakdi is still quite a lot of resources off an age up himself, but not producing any units at the moment either. So maybe he does look to go for that age 3. He's got the right macro for it right now. 4 villagers inside of the toll outpost right now. That might be 4 dead villagers for Zertan. And I mean, Krakdi's already on 2 town center. This could be pretty bad for him. We do have veteran javelin throwers coming forward right now, but javelin throwers get absolutely wrecked by this cavalry right here. Villagers hopping out, going to be repairing. Javelin throwers still doing a lot of damage there. Look at the damage that they do. I mean, these guys should be absolutely trash versus these, considering these are anti-archer, anti-spearman. They should, in theory, be absolutely rubbish up against horsemen, but I guess they are in the veterancy status right now, so we're going to have to see what Krakdi decides to do up against this mass starting to build now. We'd also have some sofas coming out from Zertan as well. Probably looking to just do a little bit of raiding with those. We can see Krakdi is starting to move out. He's doing a real farm boom right now, but he's still quite a way off an age up. Now, this is the thing with the other landmark right now. Zertan, I mean, he's not even using this. He doesn't have any cows. I'm very surprised to see this age up when you don't have even any cows, because the other landmark is just so good for building up an army fast. I mean, you just stick a load of villagers on gold and then just pump out units. Very, very easy with the macro. Very, very simple build. But we do see it is going to be this. So I would assume at some point Zertan does look to go into some cattle. He's got quite a bit of gold stacked right now, so maybe he looks to do that relatively soon. I mean, there's no reason not to, especially when you got up with this this landmark. Cattle is still a very decent... Cattle is a very decent food source, but obviously not a great food source if you've got nothing around it. But there is the first cow coming out. 2 cows coming out right there, so we can see here, this is a benefit of the sofa being like a crossbreed between the horseman and the knight. It has the same movement speed as a horseman, which means it can catch up with the scout and kill it, even though it's got the tankiness of a knight. I mean, it's not the biggest bonus that it can kill a scout, but it's always nice. Sometimes when you're playing as like the Rus or the French and there's a scout, you've got to make a horseman instead of a knight to kill it, because the scout can outrun a knight. And we see Krakdi here. He is going to be aging up now, finally, with the King's Palace. He's going to be on 3 town centers. So he's really going to be extending that villager lead. I'm going to be curious to see if Zertan looks to add in a 2nd town center of his own. He has got down a mosque, so he's going to be picking up relics. That's going to provide him a nice little gold trickle there as well. Blacksmith down as well. Krakdi finally grabbing a few blacksmith upgrades. Let's have a look, see if Zertan's got any of his own. He's got none of his own at the moment. And Krakdi looks to just hold this position at the moment. Zerton not really looking to put on the pressure. However, I feel like he may need to. You don't really want to let the English boom at all, especially when they've got a villager lead like this. But we can see Zerton is finally starting to cattle boom right here. Going to be collecting in relics as well, so he shouldn't be too far behind in economy. However, you really do want to look to punish Crackety here, especially as he's just hit age 3. But Knights are going to be coming out now, and Knights should be doing a pretty good job up against Zerton's composition right here. So we're going to have to see if Zerton looks to get some Donzos out, and I feel like he probably needs some. I mean, javelin throwers, they're not going to be doing too well up against the Knights. Sofas are here though. Sofas are going to be doing pretty decent up against these guys, especially in a mass like this. Correctly looking in a very, very, very good position right now. I mean, he's been given enough time to build up a nice little mass of Knights, and they're just going to be keep on pumping out. We've also got some men-at-arms coming out from Crackety. Where's that blacks? Oh, they're right here, barracks. So he's grabbed the veterancy upgrade there. He hasn't grabbed the armor clad upgrade yet, but I assume he would be. I mean, kind of an odd choice to go for men-at-arms at this point in time. It seems like he only wanted to build a couple. He's got 3, and he's like, that's enough for me. 3 men-at-arms, that's it. So we're going to have to see if he decides to go in for even more of those. I mean, they'll be pretty decent here. A nice little mass of Knights here. Going to be jumping inside of that town center. Zerton finally grabbing up his blacksmith upgrades. Double blacksmith here. And it seems like Zerton just wants to collect in those relics. Go for that cow boom. But I mean, you might want to add in a second town center behind this, because Crackety right now is on 3 town centers, and look at that eco lead starting to increase. We'll take a look at the income per minute, and we can see Crackety's very far ahead on food. Zerton's a little bit ahead on both wood and gold, and Zerton is ahead on stone as well. I mean, the food income right now for Crackety is pretty crazy. But that is expected with the English farms. So it looks like just constant Knight production, and finally some more men-at-arms being added in. The clad armor coming in as well for Crackety. And looks like Crackety's going to start pushing forwards now. That's a really huge, massive Sofas right there, but I don't know how well Sofas are going to be doing here. Sofas versus Knights. I'm pretty sure Knights are a little bit better. We've also got a keep drop coming in here. Where are the villagers? There they are. 11 villagers being pulled. So maybe some more there? No, they're just walking past. So 11 villagers being pulled here for the keep drop. Crackety. I feel like Crackety might be able to take this fight. We're going to have to see what he decides to do. I mean, he's got the closer reinforcements as well. Zerton's units have to walk a little bit further. We'll take a look at their blacksmith upgrades as well. Crackety still not... Wait, he's grabbed 1, I think. He's got the... Yes, okay, so he's got a couple. He's got his double attack blacksmith upgrade in. Zerton's got his double range defense, which, I mean, not the greatest upgrades here, especially when Crackety... He's got 5 longbow in there, but everything else is melee. So I feel like Crackety could very, very easily take this. Springled emplacement is on this toll outpost. Does Crackety not see it? Can we take a look at his perspective? There we go. He does see it. I don't think he was looking at his perspective, though. That keep has gone up. Crackety doesn't really want to take a fight underneath this toll outpost, though. Mangonel out for Crackety as well. Gonna be able to take some decent shots onto these javelin throwers if they can get in range. We've also got a trebuchet in the queue now. We can see that up here. I would assume it'd be here. Yeah, there it is. Counterweight trebuchet in the queue for Crackety now. I mean, Zerton's looking very, very good. He's secured up this nice mid-map position. Also deciding to capture up the sacred sites now. I think he's got in the majority of... He's got 3 relics in here. There's another one up north. And I'm not sure where the last one is. Maybe Crackety has it. There should be a fourth relic somewhere as well, or a fifth one. But Zerton right now definitely got the external of villager. Is that how I'd say it? He's got alternate ways of getting resources that isn't villagers. So it looks like Crackety's way ahead on villagers right now, or economy. He's got 105. However, Zerton does have quite a lot of relics. He's also got the pit mines, and he's got the cattle boom as well. And they're going to be having an engagement here. Crackety looking pretty decent. He's got the Night Mass right now, and he's got the right blacksmith upgrades. +4 ranged defense armor onto those sofas, and Crackety is going to be losing quite a few knights there. I'm surprised he didn't pull these guys back. I feel like he could have taken that. Unfortunately for him, not going to be taking that fight. I mean, you probably want to be fighting underneath these outposts for the network of castles effect. We see here Zerton's just being a pain with a few of those sofas. Crackety should be able to get that off. That's a huge raid. Zerton, wow, okay, that's very bad for Crackety. Losing quite a few builds there, and I mean 5 more are going to be going down that are inside of this outpost right now. All 3 sacred sites have been taken by Zerton. That's 300 gold a minute for Zerton as well. And we can see here the sacred site of victory is approaching. We finally have a UI which shows the sacred site approaching. Oh, this is a groundbreaking moment right here. But Crackety's going to have to push out eventually. I don't think it's going to be too hard for him to capture one of these sacred sites. He might even be able to do it here with these 4 knights. But we see even more Sofa going to be up here to the north. He's going to have to retreat. And we can see the army value right now for Crackety is 3,000 resources ahead. And I think that might be down to this siege. I mean, these 2 trebuchets right now are pretty hefty bits of equipment. And they cost quite a bit. And they're going to be slowly burning down this keep. It seems like Zerton is just playing very defensively. Maybe he looks to go for the sacred victory here. I mean, he's placing a keep on all sacred sites right now. He wants to pull... He might want to pull some villagers here for the keep. I mean, it's definitely possible. But Crackety's siege mass is looking pretty decent right now. 2 mangonels, 2 trebuchets. He might want to get out some springles just in case Zerton looks to build any of his own. And I think that might be the case here. Yeah, we got 2 springles in the queue for Zerton right now. That keep is going to be going down. Villagers have been pulled. 10 villagers here. But I think the next volley is going to destroy this anyway. Yeah, there it goes. It's about to go down, I think. Oh, I think Zerton might just have been able to have saved it there. He might just want to try and poke with these springles as soon as he can, because I think then, yeah, this next volley's got to take it out, right? Right? No, it's going to stay up on 100 health. Wow. But Zerton is now out of stone. And it's going to be aging up with the 4 of the Huntress. Okay, so the H4 landmark for Zerton's coming in. He needs to hold this position. That's a lot of builds that have been pulled. 21 villagers on this age up. So this acts as a keep and gives stealth to all units. Well, it can give stealth to units around it, which is definitely a cool ability. And I think it is going to go up in time. 2 trebuchets might be able to get off a couple of shots here. Knights are going to be taken out here. Keep's going to be doing enough damage to keep that sacred site. It seems like Crackety is just going to pull back for now. He's aged up himself with the Wingard Palace, so he's going to be able to get out these super cheap counterweight trebuchets. And the Fortress of the Huntress is out as well. So we'll take a little read at this. So infantry units nearby the landmark enter stealth for 10 seconds. And also Musofadi warriors and Musofadi gunners gain first strike, dealing more damage when breaking stealth with an attack. So it's definitely a nice landmark, but usually we do see the other landmark. So it's cool that we get to see both. And I feel like in this position, maybe it is a pretty decent landmark. I mean, if you're looking to go for the Sacred Site victory, this is definitely a good choice here. We're going to have to see if Zerton looks to make use of the stealth ability. We can see all of these guys here are in stealth. Looks like Zerton's just looking to try and push forwards now, trying to take out those outposts. Try and deny the the network of castles ability for Crackety. We see here 6 minutes 13 seconds away from the Sacred Site victory. So maybe we've got the first Sacred Site victory on the new caster UI, where we can actually see when they're gonna win and not have to try and math it out with the when it pops up with the 1 minute remaining thing. But Zerton's looking in a pretty decent position. I mean, they've got pretty much the same amount of value in their army. 5 relics captured for Zerton. He's got all of his pit mines up now as well. And now he's starting to wall up the map as well. Elite upgrades are in for the sofa. Crackety's gonna have to make something work soon. He's grabbing his elite upgrades right now. He's got elite men-at-arms in. We hear lots of trading being done right now. I think that might be Crackety. Seems like he's sold quite a bit of food right there. University being dropped now as well. Crackety's got 5 minutes left on the clock. Zerton trying to do a little bit of raiding here with the sofas as well. Trebuchets are going to be taking shots at those outposts. So this fort of the Huntress has 5,000 HP. The same amount as a keep. And it seems like Zerton looks to just sort of mass up this sofa mass, which is going to be doing pretty decent up against Crackety here. I mean, Crackety's got a lot of men-at-arms, and these guys do pretty well up against those. Also, lots of Springalds here as well to deal with that siege. But I feel like at this point, so Crackety is going to be looking to move away from this central sacred site and maybe look to the one on the left. The left one's probably the easiest one for Crackety to take. It means Zerton is going to have to relocate his army. So Crackety's got all of his elite upgrades in now. Apart from the spearman, he's grabbed his elite knights, elite men-at-arms. He's still got his 5 longbowmen in there as well. They do not have their elite upgrades. And trebuchets are going to be taking their shots. Springalds here, going to be taking out the first trebuchet. Second one has gone down, and Crackety, he's looking in a bit of trouble here. I mean, all of his trebuchets have gone down. He is producing more from the Wingard Palace here. Huge engagement coming through right now. Zerton's massive elite sofas here looking pretty strong, but spearmen are in the mix here for Crackety as well. Still in the veterancy upgrades though, and this could be pretty bad for Crackety. I mean, veteran spearmen up against elite sofas, and it seems like Zerton has the majority of his upgrades as well. This is not looking too good for Crackety. Mangonels on the back line are going to be taking some shots. Springal's going to be moving out to the front line here. Going to be killing those mangonels as well. This is not looking good for Crackety at all. Crackety's got a lot of food in the bank, but he needs army out on the battlefield right now. We got 3 minutes till the sacred victory for Zerton, and the reinforcements are coming through from Zerton. He needs some forward production buildings though, I feel. Crackety right now, he's got the forward production, but this mass of javelin throwers are going to be doing pretty decent as well. Counterweight trebuchets, 2 on the battlefield right now, going to be taking shots onto that keep. Springal's going to be going in for a bit of a hug there. And Crackety's mass is starting to look a little bit better here. I feel like Zerton's mass just isn't coming to the battlefield quick enough. He doesn't have enough production down. He's only got 2 stables here. What's happened to Zerton's mass? That keep is going to be being repaired there for Zerton. 3 trebuchets now out on the battlefield. 2 minutes left till sacred victory. Crackety might not need to start thinking about pulling some villagers here. Spearmen are here going to be taking out all of those Springalds. Not the Springalds. Oh, so many resources going down right there for Zerton. Crackety looking in a pretty decent position right now. He's just got the mass right now. I mean, Zerton on 121 population. He's got the resources in the bank. He just can't spend it. He needs more production buildings right now. He's just not building them anywhere. He just doesn't... Oh, what are you doing, Zerton? I feel like this might be the sacred site going down right here. The mass for Zerton just isn't enough right now. And GG gets called. Zertan taps out. He realizes he doesn't have enough production. He isn't going to be able to hold the sacred site, and calls a GG. He only had 2 minutes left as well. Wow. Well, there you guys have it. What did you think of that game? That was a pretty cool game right there. Well, if you did enjoy it, then please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.